Welcome, everyone, to this edition of Talented Universe on this Monday, February 17th, 2025. Sadly, or good for whatever, I will be doing a solo chit chat with our guest, Haley Lohrli. Haley, how are you doing today?
Hi, I'm great. How are you doing? Thank you for having me.
I'm doing great. Currently, my electricity is out. I'm on battery power. My co-host that was going to join us lost power. Someone really did not want us to talk to you today. I don't know. But I fouled them up. I had a battery backup. So. But anyway, Haley,
Yeah,
do you know why you're here?
to talk about acting.
Acting. And you are, as I was just telling you, are our third actor that has done these newfangled things called vertical dramas.
Yes.
Now,
Yeah.
just in case people don't know what a vertical drama is, can you just briefly explain it in your own words? Everyone I've asked does something different. They say something different.
Yeah, they are feature-length films that we film on in a vertical plane rather than the normal horizontal. And they're split up between a minute or 2 minutes each episode. So you're swiping, and it is done that way to just capture your attention. And they're done in a soap opera way. So they're very dramatic and intense and all over the place. And it's fun.
Very dramatic, I will say. The first one I saw, it was like, okay, this is really dramatic. It's almost like a play. I
Yeah.
felt that they really overemphasize a lot of things. So
Oh,
I
yeah.
just thought that was interesting. So yeah, so I totally get that. And how long have you been doing? Well, first, how long have you been acting? Second, how long have you been doing vertical dramas? And if
Yeah.
you remember, how many have you done?
Oh, dear. I think I've done 12 now.
Mm.
I think I've done 12 verticals now. I did my first vertical last January, actually, of 2024.
Mm-hmm.
That was the first one I've ever done, and it's just been like one a month since. But
Really?
yeah, no, I've been really, really lucky with booking them, and they're so fun. I mean, they're so much fun, and they're great experience. But I've been acting for a long time. I started acting as a kid. My parents put me in commercial and TV and film as a child,
Oh,
and
okay. Okay.
then when we moved out of LA area, I stopped acting for a long time, and then I graduated college, and I was about to start a grad program, and I was like, "You know what? I am just gonna try acting again," because I had thought about it for years and years and years, and I was like, "I'm just gonna try it, see what happens, and if it sticks, but I'll never forgive myself if I don't try." So,
Right, right.
got back into it, but then COVID hit, and so everything shut down.
Oh yeah. Uh-huh.
I joined the
Everything.
most amazing acting class online, actually, with the most incredible coach. I can't praise him enough. Met my best friends in that class, and he led me to my management team, and now here we are.
Yeah, and that is good. That is good. Oh, now I've got to get some of the questions in the chat room now because there are even more.
How
So,
fun.
Justin asks if you could be any character from the arrangement forever, including Angela, who would it be? That's the first part of the
Ooh.
question.
Ooh. You know what? I'd be Angela. I
You
love
like
her.
Angela.
I
Okay.
really love her. That's one of my favorite characters I've played.
And then the second part of it is if you could be friends with any of the characters from the arrangement forever, including Angela, who would it be? That'd be hard now since you said you want to be Angela. You wouldn't be for. But anyway,
I'd be best friends with Dustin. I think he's the coolest. He's like Angela's best friend in the show, but he's also he's just so much fun. We had just such a cool relationship. I'd be his best friend forever.
oh, okay, there you go. So
Yeah.
that makes it here now. Arc 54. She was who we were supposed to have as our co-host, by the way.
Oh.
3 questions. When did you start acting? Well, you kind of said that. When did you know you wanted a career in acting? You kind of answered that. And who or what were your main influences? So that's a new part.
Ooh. Okay. So who or what was my main influence? I think just My favorite thing to do ever is
Mhm.
go to the movie theater. I could go there every night if I could. And I think just like watching so many new films coming out, that was such a big thing for me in proving that this is what I love to do, because I would watch these movies and leave just so motivated and so inspired. And, my favorite actor is, I have a couple, but the main actors I look up to as like an influence and people who
Mhm.
really have had a pull on my style of acting and my career and I really look up to, I'd say Leslie Mann. I think she's hilarious and I adore her so, 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 so much. And Jessica Chastain, actually, I love her. I love her. So they have been like big influences in my style of acting, I think.
Mhm.
And I just love them. I love them. But truly, just watching movies and feeling so inspired from them is what was a main factor for me.
There you go. Okay, on this one, of the projects you have been in, do you have a favorite memory or an embarrassing one you wouldn't mind sharing?
I have both. Okay. So
Okay.
one of my favorite memories. So I think I'm really good at not breaking during a scene. I think I can stay in it pretty well. But actually, there's been two moments when I just could not get it together. And they've both just been with the girls playing the villains in these normally become friends of mine forever. I just adore them so much. And there was one time when basically I'm standing at this dinner party and one of the girls walks up behind me and just whispers something mean in my ear. And we just could not keep it together because the line, I can't remember the exact line, but it was something so funny, but she was saying it so nasty, and we just could not keep that together. And then there was another one when they she's telling me she wants $1,000,000, but the way she was saying it, she's like, "I want $1,000,000." And for some reason, that was just
It just was too much for you.
it was too much. We just couldn't keep it together. And an embarrassing story, oh gosh, we this isn't in a vertical, but I did a horror movie that's coming out soon, and my character is sprinting down the hall, and I took a slight left, and I fell down a flight of stairs.
No.
And it wasn't
No.
it was probably like 6 or 7 stairs, and so the rest of the shoot, because my character was in a skirt, and so the rest of the shoot, the makeup artist, poor thing, he had to put makeup down my legs to cover up all my bruises and cuts.
Oh
I was
man.
I was so embarrassed that that happened.
Now, this is the hard part. I'll just ask, did you know the stairs were there, or was it a surprise when you went flying down the stairs?
I knew they were there, and I was really relying on I think I give myself too much credit. I think I'm more coordinated than I am. And I was like, "Oh, I'll just turn the corner and grab onto the railing to stop myself."
Oh.
And alas.
Now, was the
That's
railing
not
not there or other things?
What was it?
Was the railing not there or was there other things that went wrong?
It was there. However, where I thought it was different from where it
Yeah,
actually was.
that's kind of. I can see that happening. I've had that same thing. But what can you do?
What can you do?
Oh, here's someone. Hi, Haley. So we got
Hi.
some bars. Here's another hi, Haley. I am just discovering the vertical format. Did you see some of them before you began working on them?
Ooh, hi. No, I had no idea what they were. I didn't even know that what I booked was a vertical until I showed up on set and the cameras were this way.
Hmm.
And I was like, "Oh, interesting, cool." And we were filming it, and then it wasn't through until like halfway through the first day where the other actors and I were like, "Why are the cameras the wrong way?" And
Yeah, yeah.
and then they explained, they're like, "Oh, it's for this new app. We're putting out vertical content." And we're like, "Oh, interesting."
Yeah, yeah. I had the same reaction when I had them pop up on my Instagram um, feed, and I go, "What are these?" That's one reason you're here.
Yeah.
um, okay. Justin says he loves your sweater.
Thank you, Justin.
Oh, okay. And now Marcia asked another question. On average, is there a goal of how many episodes are filmed in a day?
That is actually such a great question. Not necessarily episodes, I would say, but we definitely try to get through, I think, 10 to 15 pages a day of the
That's
script.
a lot.
It's a lot. Yeah, it's really, really, really fast paced.
Yeah,
Um,
I don't think people that aren't in the industry understand that.
yeah, so like a normal show, feature film, you're maybe working on 4 or 5 pages
Yeah.
a day. We're doing way more than that. And since these shows are so intense, we do so many different scenes and we film so many different days. So, we get a couple takes and then we're out changing, going to hair and
For
makeup,
the next one.
getting ready for the next scene, right back in, couple of takes, we're out, back in, couple of takes, just going through these scenes to get through all the pages. But it's really cool. You discover a really, really awesome dynamic with your co-stars. And these teams, these crews have it down. They are so quick with it. It's really impressive, actually.
I've heard from some of the others that have been on that sometimes there'll be somebody in the other room editing the day
Yeah.
before the stuff.
Yep.
That,
Yeah. No, 100%. They have them sitting right there and they're giving them the SD cards as they're changing them out. They're like, here you go, let's do it.
which is actually amazing. I mean,
Crazy.
I've tried editing myself. I'm not good at it. But let alone, I mean, I've seen people edit. I know people that do edit. And, but that is just insane, in my opinion. I mean,
No,
being
it's
on set and doing it either the day of or the day before, it's like, but I guess that gives it either, if everything works right, the stuff is out faster.
right.
And if it doesn't go right, then it takes a while.
It does always impress me because we'll be shooting something and it's normally released in 2 months or less.
Mm-hmm.
And it always just blows my mind because we'll wrap on a show and then a couple weeks later I'll get the email if they need me to do any ADR and record some lines over again. And I'm like, wow, you're already at that point in editing where you need XYZ lines for me.
Mm-hmm.
It's crazy how quick they are with it, but they are pumping out this content. It's crazy.
I've noticed that too. There is a lot of content.
Yeah.
Do you have any idea how many groups/studios are producing
Oh dear.
these, or you just have no idea? I know it's a lot because I keep seeing new ones pop up all the time when I'm looking online.
I can think of 10 apps just off the top of my head that
Right.
do these, and then they each have their own production.
Yeah.
Yeah, they each have their own people and their own crews doing their shows. Like there's just so many. But it's so cool. I mean, that's what is so it's such a blessing that these are as popular as they are because it's given work to so many people that just want to be on set and want to be doing what they want to do.
And also, I mean, it gives the actors more experience, especially, honing their craft. And I mean, wow.
Mm-hmm. Experience you just don't get anywhere else. Working that fast and having to memorize 10 to 15 pages of dialogue a day. It's a muscle I didn't know I needed to work out. And now I'm like, okay, throw me a monologue. Let's do it.
Unlike me, are you very good at memorization and retaining it?
Better now. It used to take me, I'd say like in acting class, if my coach gave me a 2-page scene, it would take me 30, 45 minutes, like really nail it and be really repetitive with it and just really get it in my brain. And now, I mean, with how quick we are moving things, they send me the sides the night before with all the dialogue that we're doing for the next day. I read it over once just to like understand what we're doing the next day. But I really just, when we are rehearsing it is when I nail it into my brain. So we do it once or twice and I'm like, okay, we're good to go. Let's do it. So it's gotten
easier for you.
Yes.
Yeah. Okay, let me see. Where's the one? Okay, here it is. Arc54 asks, has your background in martial arts helped in both the confidence you show on air, but in your personal growth as a powerful and confident woman?
Oh, yes, I think I love that my parents put me in Tae Kwon Do as a kid. I think that was the coolest thing they could have done for me because it physically is such a it made me strong physically, but it also made me strong mentally because the whole martial arts is all about discipline, you know? But I think that it definitely does help, especially on set, just creating that comfort knowing I have like I'm good. I know that I'm strong mentally and I know that I'm strong physically and I know that I can handle whatever they're throwing at me. So it definitely helps. And it's really fun to be able to utilize that in stunt scenes.
Mm-hmm. Now, out in cyber world out there, if you're in and watching this live and you want to ask a question to Haley, please put it in the chat room. We'll probably be on probably another 15, 20 minutes, but I want to try to get to as many questions as I can, especially if you have not asked a question. I want to get to you because I've got another one from Justin, and this is more related to the question he asked earlier about Angela. How much do you relate to Angela on a personal level? And do you ever find you get any depression or split personality playing her, considering the character's own struggle with mental health issues? I'm tongue-tied there.
You know, I, with Angela specifically, didn't have any struggles separating myself from the character at the end of the day. So with her, no, I felt
it was just an acting job.
That one was really easy to separate. She does go through a lot in that show, and there's a lot happening. But I didn't find that I took any of that home with me. But I have done, like I did a show back in October where that one took me a couple of days to really come down from and be like, okay, no, everything's fine. Yeah, it was really, really emotionally taxing. And the character was going through so much. And half the scenes I needed to be sobbing in. And so getting to that place, it's just hard to kind of shake that at the end of the day. So that one definitely took me a few days to come back to life from, but for the most part, they're easy to shake off and get back to life.
Yeah. Okay. Okay. Here's one from a new person. LEGD. Hey, Haley. You play different kinds of roles. Is there other roles or dream role you would like to portray?
Ooh, hi. How are you? Yes. I have my dream role. I would love to be in a superhero movie or like a spy movie. I'd love to be just such a badass character, if I can say that. I'm so sorry.
Oh, no, that's fine because Ellie's secondary question fits into what you're just saying right now. I'm going to throw that up.
Really?
So, yeah, really. Actor or actress you'd like to work with?
Ooh. I want to work. I could like rapid fire, but no, I think I want to work with Leslie Mann, Jessica Chastain, Meryl Streep, of course. I'm trying to think. Oh my gosh, I think I just forgot every other actor in the entire world.
Well, that's what you do when you come on our show. The brain just goes away. Yeah.
Put me in a Marvel movie. I'll do a Marvel movie. That would be really
cool. Oh, okay. Are you into Marvel characters in the comics and things, or?
Really into Spider-Man. Spider-Man is like,
Spider-Man,
I actually have Spider-Man comics. Like, I really love Spider-Man. I think that would be really cool to be in. Gwen Stacy, sign me up. But
yeah, and I understand they're doing a new one. They're rebooting it.
They are.
That's what I had read, but I might be wrong. I don't. Okay. Kyle Johnson asks, are there any shows or movies you've watched recently that you would recommend? Also, what is a dream role you'd like to book? This is kind of what you just said. But,
yeah. Hi, Kyle. Yes. Well, actually, just the other day, I watched 8 rom-coms, and I had the best day of my life doing so. I think if any of my friends are watching this, they're going to be annoyed that I'm saying this right now. But if you have not seen What's Your Number, it's a rom-com. It is my favorite movie ever. Highly recommend. And a dream role I'd like to book and what genre. I think I really, 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 really want to be in a psychological thriller.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh, that would drive me crazy.
No, like so.
Literally. Yeah.
I think that would just be so much fun. Those are some of my favorite movies to watch. Psychological thrillers, horror movies. I love those. So put me in one of those.
Okay, and let's see. Oh, this is Katrina. And Katrina, if you are still in the chat room, tell us where you're from. By the way, other people too, tell us where you're from. We really like to know where everybody is coming from. I've seen so many of your shows, Katrina says. You are amazing. What are your long-term goals for acting? And what advice would you give to actors that are just starting out?
Oh my gosh, that's such a good question. And thank you so much. My long-term goals for acting, just to keep acting, I would love to book a series regular role on an incredible show and work on that for a few years and just like
Just a few, not 15 or 20?
You know what? 50. I want to be in it until
there you go.
Anymore. That would just be the best. Like have that family that you just go to work with every day. Because I mean, I've experienced just that family feeling when you're working with people for 10 days. I can't imagine what these people feel working together for 4 or 5 months.
Or even years if they've got a series that gets renewed. Yeah.
Sounds amazing. And advice I would give to actors just starting out, have fun with it. It's not as scary as you may think. Just have fun, get in an acting class, and there you go. Get an acting class, get some headshots, get on actorsaccess.com and work on any student films you can. Just build experience, build material, and have fun with it. I think that that's the most important thing. I know it's probably a really cliche thing to say, but if you lose the fun, if it just becomes a job, it's not fun anymore. So you just have to find the ways to keep it exciting and know that you're doing it for you.
Well, I will just tell you, I work on some fan films, and we are always looking for actors and everything. And what I think is really sad is some of the actors that have come on that don't have much experience, they've got their stuff out there on the internet doing it with us.
Mm-hmm.
Some of them have gotten Hollywood jobs because of it.
That's awesome.
And a lot of people don't understand that you got to pay your dues and you got to get known. And I mean, and it's been amazing, you know, the ones that have gone on, or some that are just doing background. They come in and join our group just because they want more experience.
Yeah.
You know, it's a non-paid position, but most of them want to do it just to get the experience and getting in, you know, getting their acting chops better off. So,
Yeah.
I mean, so I totally agree with you. I mean, they need to do this other, but also I'm saying they need to, you know, try to look for other things that maybe you don't get paid, but if it's nearby, you'll get the acting experience, and it's amazing. And sometimes you learn. Some of the groups that I've been with, they also teach people how to work the camera, how to do other things, how to work the sound, and then they get experience with all the other jobs. And so sometimes it can be very fun.
So fun. I think background definitely is so important. It takes the fear away of it too, because it's just you show up and you get to watch everybody do it, and you can learn so much.
Yes.
So much.
You really can. And I mean, yeah, I learned a lot. I tried to stay away in front of the camera though, but I mean, because I couldn't memorize. I'm so glad you can, but I cannot. I looked at something for 5 days. I thought I had it down. I got there. I couldn't remember anything.
Oh no.
And I had told them that I said, don't put me in something with speaking lines because I cannot do it. And this had a lot of speaking lines. And I said, I can't do it. They didn't believe me. Oh, you just don't want to be in front of the camera. That's not it. And I got there and that happened. And I could see them just grumbling. And I said, I told you, I am really trying. So but you know, hey, it's just the way it is. Life goes on.
It is.
Life goes on.
It's like that too, where I think I have it down. So I'm like, don't even hand me the paper. Like, I got this, guys. And they're like, okay, action. And I'm like, I have no idea what we're doing, actually. I lied. Everything just left my brain.
Yeah, well, that's what happens. Okay, here's from Elizabeth Cooper. What types of vertical dramas do you prefer? Fantasy, World War Vampires, or regular dramas? Or would you be interested in finding a different type of vertical drama genre?
Oh my gosh. I would love if they did some thrillers. I would want to be in a thriller desperately. If you guys are listening, anyone in the vertical world, put me in a thriller, please. But I prefer just the regular dramas. I've actually never done one of the werewolf or vampire ones, any of the fantasy ones. Yeah, I don't know why I haven't done those.
Would you enjoy doing them, you think, or is
I
that
think
really
so.
not your thing?
I think I would have fun with it. I think I do better in the regular dramas. I think I would really do well in a vampire one, though. That one sounds so fun. I don't know about werewolf. I don't know if I could pull that off, but I think I could pull off vampire, and I think the classic billionaire CEO dramas.
There are a lot of those.
I know everyone's a billionaire.
I just am so shocked how many billionaires there are out there, and they're all secluded and nobody knows who they are. It's just
Yep. That's always so funny to me, those hidden identity CEO billionaire tropes. I've done so many of those where it's like, "You're who?" And I'm like, "I know, it's me."
Yeah, that was, I mean, the first few I stumbled across, they were all about billionaires. I go, is that the only word they can put in the titles of these vertical dramas? Is billionaire, such and such a billionaire, such and such stuff. And then finally I've started to see some others, but it was all billionaires.
Billionaires.
But yeah, what do you do? But when you're not on set,
Mhm.
when you're not practicing your craft,
Mhm.
and you're not doing martial arts, I understand that I read here. Is there any other things that you like to do in your spare time if you have the spare time?
Yes, I love going to the movies. I love watching all the new things that come out. I love catching up on my shows because normally when I'm working, it's 12 to 14-hour days, depending on how far we have to drive for set. And so I go to work and I come home and I go to bed. So those 10 days I am off the grid, just working. So after I wrap, my favorite thing to do the next day is one, sleep in, do some laundry, and then I catch up on shows and movies I haven't been able to watch. I hang out with my friends, my family. Um, I wish I could tell you I'm someone that likes to go on hikes and go be active in nature, but no, let's just chill and hang out, guys, and eat some food on the couch and watch some movies. My favorite thing to do.
Well, some of the people are finally telling us where they're from.
Oh my gosh, where are people from?
Okay, Ellie is from the Philippines.
Oh my gosh.
Qatar, and she's a Filipino, and she lives in Doha, Qatar. That's cool.
Oh my gosh, she's so great. Her and one of her friends always message me on.
Oh, do they?
They support me so much. So I just want to say hi, and I'm so grateful for you guys.
Well, that is cool. Do you like to travel?
I love to travel. I just went to Boston for the first time a couple months ago, and I had a blast. We went to Maine, Rhode Island,
Oh,
Boston.
the New England area. Then.
We went up and down, yeah, and did our trip in Manhattan. Just had so much. I love, love, love the East Coast. But I love traveling. I've never been out of the States, though.
Oh, okay. Well, that's your next goal, huh?
Yes, I hope.
Maybe do one of the Chinese verticals?
That would be really cool. I'm really interested to see how those work. I've had some friends do them, and they've had great experiences. So yeah, I would love to do that. Love to do that.
Okay, this is Michaela Firth. Hi, Haley from the UK. If you weren't acting, what would you be doing? And if you could travel to film a show anywhere, that's kind of what I was asking, in the world, where would you go?
Hi. If I wasn't acting, well, I was going to go to grad school for my master's in psychology, and that's the program I dropped out of to pursue acting. So I think I'd be a therapist. I definitely would have stayed on that route. I would love to travel. I want to go. Oh my gosh, I would love to film anything in Ireland. I want to go to Ireland so bad. That is on my bucket list. I'd love to go to Ireland. I want to film in London. I want to film anywhere. Anywhere, but I think
is that where your family is from, or it's just a place that interests you?
Just a place that interests me. My family's from Switzerland.
Oh, that's
I've never been there either. And
well, there you go. Yeah. Do a little research, see what vertical dramas are filming in.
I know.
Then you get to And Andrea says, "Come to Europe. We'd love to have you here."
Oh, I'd love to come there. That'd be so much fun. hopefully I can do that this year.
And we hope you can visit Qatar.
I'd love to do that too.
Yeah, it's lots of possibilities. Lots of possibilities. Before we close up, because we've done about 30 minutes now, and I try not to keep anybody that long because it is your time, and I appreciate you coming.
Thank you for
I
having
think some people may have noticed we had you booked before, and then you got one of those last-minute calls. We need you on a vertical. And your agent was so nice, and I said, I understand. Don't worry about it. I deal with this all the time. I mean, I would rather go do another vertical when we talk about that one, So
There you go.
But anyway, but is there anything you want to tell your fans, or just that I haven't brought up or it hasn't been in the chat room, that you wanted to get out there in the world?
I just want to say thank you. The constant support and you guys watching the shows keeps me working, and it keeps me in a position where I can live my dreams, and it's the coolest experience in the world. And I'm just really grateful for everyone watching and supporting, because I mean, I wouldn't even be here if, all of that wasn't going on. So I'm just really grateful. It's so surreal.
Yeah. And Marcia says, Haley, thank you for a delightful chat. I totally agree with Marcia. Another one that was going to come and co-host, but she was tied up doing something else, but she said she'd be in the chat room too. So
yay!
One of our other hosts for the network. So but it's just great having you. I'm glad you came. And Haley, if you would like to come back anytime, if you've got some announcements you want to make, or just chit chat about some new things that you've come out with in a couple of months, we'd love to have you.
Oh, I'd love to come back. Thank you so much. This has been so much fun.
Yeah, here's some thank yous. I'm just going to throw them up. ARC54 and Ellie. And that's the last one. Oh, okay. We've got all those. But again, thank you very much. We totally appreciate you. Everyone else out in the chat room, thanks for coming. If you missed the beginning, you can start it over again and watch it from the beginning. And we've got another this is a problem. I had all these windows open before my power went out, but
oh no.
Yeah, and we have another vertical actor, actually from Sydney, Australia, coming tomorrow. Would be 7 p.m. Eastern time, 4 p.m. Pacific time. His name is Harrison Keene. And if you're in Sydney, it will be the next day morning at 11 a.m. So hopefully we'll see somebody on these other ones. And on behalf of everyone at NDB Media and Talented Universe, goodbye. See you next time.
Bye, guys. Thank you.